Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center and Yellow Pond Counseling Center, Madurai, we wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day and also welcome you all to the third day of the workshop on PERMA-V model for holistic wellness. And today we are going to deal with the third element, relationship. And we have Dr. Jansi Priya as resource person with us today, and she is an assistant professor of education at Meston College of Education in Chennai. She has got 10 years of teaching experience in various colleges, and she has postgraduated in different subjects like maths, psychology, education and counseling, psychotherapy, statistics, and she has got her PhD in education. Her specializations are educational psychology, educational research methodology, and educational technology. She has published more than 50 articles in national and international journals. Apart from this, she has also published many through social media, and she has also been resource person for many webinars, seminars, and workshops. She has also been with us for previous workshops on stress management. So we are very happy to have you here, ma'am. The floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra, for your welcome. And I also thank Dr. Suresh Kumar sir for inviting me every time and giving me opportunity to share my ideas on different aspects of psychology. I thank him also. Shall we go into the topic?
Yes, ma'am. Please proceed.
Okay. I hope I'm very clear now. Okay. Uh, The topic for today's discussion is relationship for wellness, and being a Valentine's Day, it is the apt topic to be discussed today. What is relationship? It is state of being connected to two or more people. This connection is easy or hard. If we think it is really hard. So once we begin a relationship, when we are beginning a relationship, it is very easy, but it is very hard as to take that relationship to the other end, because it is not absolute. Any relationship in this world is not an absolute thing. It's variable. The environment, our situation, life situation, our financial status, social status, everything that makes the relationship that we have with the other person to be keep changing. We most of the time feel that most of the time we feel like the other person has changed. It's not like that. Everything is there, but we have to use a lot of strategies, a lot of motivation should be there to keep up the relationship. Today in this session, I'm going to talk about 4 very important relationships that we have to keep at at the greater level for our life to be a greater success. The first one is couple relationship. When two persons, this couple relationship is nothing but two persons who are married or engaged, and it is an emotional bond. The second one is biological bond, parent-child relationship. So parent-child relationship that we know. The third one that I'm going to discuss is relationship with friends. So the friends are someone who become close to us for several reasons in our life. And the fourth aspect is relationship at work. So let us begin with couple relationship. So in couple relationship, we always have to go for healthy relationship, and we have to avoid unhealthy relationship. So what are these healthy relationship? The first one is honesty. Being honest is nothing but being truthful to our partner. See here, when it comes to honesty, we should not expect our partner to be discussing with us everything that happened in their past. Past is past. We cannot go back and change anything in our past. So the day one we started the relationship with our partner, we should be honest. We should share the things that we wanted to share. We have to do certain things that are liked by a partner. That is most important thing. Second one is respect. We have to respect the likes and dislikes of our partner. We have to accept the differences. Only when we accept the differences between each individual, we started to accept the person. Once we accept the person, we start to respect the person. So acceptance is very, very important. If you have to accept a person, you have to understand the individual differences. No two person in this world can have the same perception, same understanding, or same kind of personality traits. Each one is different, right? That differences we have to accept. So my partner is like this, yeah, because he is different from me. I cannot expect certain things from him. He's good on his own way. I have to accept it. Once if I start to accept, then I start to respect the partner. So respect is second aspect. The third one is trust. See, we have to make a partner to understand that we are trustable, um, and we have to trust the partner in all the ways and always. In all the ways and always. That is most important thing. Trust is like a paper. Once if you scrambled it, it cannot be made proper. It cannot be perfected. It's very difficult, right? So trust is very, very important. If you trust your partner, for the trust that you have on them, they try to keep up the trust. They try to keep up the promise for the better relationship. And fourth one is equality. Equality should be there among the partners, like in decision making, in financial decision making, or in sharing the responsibilities at home, in domestic work, or taking care of, or they also have to share the work at home. So equality should be there in every aspects of their life. And the fifth one is encouraging. See, we have to understand what is our partner's goal. We have to understand that very well. Once if you understood, then you have to keep encouraging. That makes no the partner to no that makes the partner's work very easier than harder. If a partner is working towards certain goal, if you are encouraging, he can or she can complete the work at the earliest, because of your encouragement, because of your support. If you're not encouraging, they have to keep everything in their mind, they have to work for their accomplishment of goal. It gives extra burden. So if you encourage and if you support, that will be a healthy relationship. The sixth one is compliment. We have to appreciate. And the next one is open communication. Whatever you would like to talk, just have a communication. At least once in a week, have a date with your partner. Take your partner somewhere outside, without kids, only couple. They have to go out, they can have dinner one night, and they can talk everything openly. The open communication is very, very important. When you are effectively communicating with our partner, then a lot of the problems can be solved so easily. And the last one is intimacy. When it comes to intimacy, um, it's about, we have to use love language, encourage the partner, actively listening to the partner, and physical touch also, um, create intimacy, and no, giving gifts, spending your valuable time, having important and focused, uninterrupted conversation with your partner, and no, helping your partner. So all this little work that create an intimate relationship, that create a romantic relationship with your partner, that is also very, very important for healthy relationship. And unhealthy relation, what we should avoid in relationship. The first one is jealousy. Don't be jealousy. In most of the cases, no, the men are more jealous than women. When they see that the woman is growing in her career, they cannot take it up positively. But when it comes to women, when they see that the man, her spouse is working well, achieving something, they feel happy. But it won't be in the same way when it comes when the woman is achieving something. So this jealousy should be avoided. And cheating, if I want to say some example, if I have a lot of dresses in my cupboard, and if I see somebody is wearing some good looking dress, no, I admire the most. We always don't give more attention to what we have. We always give attention to what we don't have, right? So once we get the one we are not having, then also no, we won't give attention again. We will be looking for something. So don't go for cheating kind of thing in relationship. Then stalking, repeatedly saying something, mistrust and not giving choices or not giving chances in taking decisions or any kind of responsibilities, and being dominant person, and emotionally abused or physically abused kind of things, or unhealthy relationship, these are the things that we need to be avoided in the relationship. And there are a lot of studies that is talking about the relationship. Related studies are showing that negative marital interaction was associated with significantly lower work satisfaction and poorer health for men. So this couple relationship is not going proper, then it gives them lower work satisfaction. They cannot work, no, they cannot give their potential to the fullest in their workplace, and that also affect their mental health. And this also develop an elevated depression for both men and women. So the couple relationship should be saved, it should be properly handled for the better future. These are some of the studies, the findings of some of the studies I've kept together. When in one of the couple's mental health is affected, then what happens in the family? What are the problems that they experience as couples? That's what I'm going to discuss with the slide. So they experienced changed social roles in their relationship. There is experienced the redistribution of household roles. One of the partner may think that they have to handle more responsibility. If one partner is affected with mental health, the other partner will feel that they have have to handle a lot of responsibilities, and they experience changes in role of family provider in taking decisions, in earning and giving things, settling the family and everything. One partner will be involved, other partner cannot do it. If they interrupt, it will become a mess. And the second concept is emotional upheaval was experienced by the individual partner in the couple relationship. That is, partner with mental illness experiences guilt, frustration, insecurity, and interpersonal distance. It is not only with one partner, the other partner without mental illness also experiences the same thing. Additional to that, they experience fear of violence, isolation, and loneliness. Okay, so it is our duty to take care of the other partner's mental health. If we find that the other partner is not well, he's having some problem at his work, or he's having some depression or stress or anxiety, whatever it may be, we have to go and address to that, and we have to help or support a partner to come out of it at the earliest. And the third thing is interpersonal distance was experienced in the couple relationship. That is, they experience frequent fight, diminished communication. There won't be any communication, less communication, like what kind of communication between the partner, and they also experience declined sexual intimacy. So interpersonal distance is becoming large. And the last one is changed relationship itself was experienced by the individual partner in a couple relationship. If other partner is having mental issues, then the other partner will be feeling like self-absorption. Self-absorption, it is for the partner with mental illness. Self-absorption is nothing but giving a preoccupied with our problem, always preoccupied with the problem, always thinking about problem. No, because the person with mental health, they start to believe that nobody is there to help, nobody is there to support. I have to solve my problem. I am the only one who can handle this problem. I have to solve it anyway. There is no spousal, the other partner support. So they feel very bad, and this depression will go very bad. And the other partner without mental illness, they experience increased responsibility. They have to take care of every aspects of their life if one partner is mentally ill. So it is the duty in couple relationship, it is duty of both the partners to take care of other partner's mental health. It is now these are some skills that the couples need to know to enhance their relationship. These are some of the relationship skills. The first one is empathic skill. Empathic skill is nothing but you have to make your partner to understand that you understood their problem very clearly. That is the first thing. And the next is expressive skill. Whatever you feel, whatever you want to discuss, express it. Don't keep it with you. Just express it. Have a conversation. Have discussion with your partner. When sitting together and discussing about the problems can sometimes give us a very apt, very great solution. And the fourth one is conflict resolution skill. Whatever the conflict, try to create a creative, genuinely acceptable solution for the problems. And it's self-change. If you think that if you want to change certain aspects of your behavior for your partner, you have to get the support of the other partner. If one person is simply saying that you change this behavior, it is not going to happen. The other partner should help a partner to change the behavior. They have to support to change the behavior. That is very important. Helping other person to change the behavior, that makes us to change our behavior, certain things, if we are not doing it properly. And the last one is maintenance skill. See, maintenance skill is nothing but we have to repeatedly using all the skills that I've listed above: empathic skill, expressive skill, discussion skill, conflict resolution skill. All the skills need to be used frequently to maintain a healthy relationship. That is all about couple relationship. Here I've discussed about healthy relationship and what are the kind of that we need to avoid in the relationship, and some few studies I have discussed, and the skills to enhance the healthy relationship. The second aspect for the discussion is parent-child relationship. So the parent-child relationship consists of a combination of behaviors, feelings, and expectations that are unique to a particular parent and a particular child. So this relationship involves full extent of the child's relationship, child development. See, child development, physical development, their cognitive development, social development, whatever it may be, they are getting input from their parents. So it is the responsibility of the parents to provide them a proper guidance. For that, they must be a role model. So they are learning most of the time from their parents. So it is very important to behave properly in front of the children. How we can strengthen a parent-child relationship? These are some of the simple strategies that we can use to strengthen a parent-child relationship. The first one is tell your child you love them. Say to your child, I love you, and you ask them to repeat that to you. See, at least once or twice in a day, it should be practiced. And second thing is play together. Play with your child at least 1 hour or 45 minutes, and make a fixed time schedule for your play. Don't do it randomly at any time of a day. Just fix up a time from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I'll play with you, or from 5 to 5:30 I will play with you. At least half an hour. You fix up a time and spend that time alone for your kid, and the child should know that this is a scheduled time that my father and mother will play with me. We can enjoy the time together. Next, third one is eat meals together. You have to eat meals together. Be available to your child all the time. Sometimes we may be busy in doing some work. They will come to us and they wanted to share something, but we won't listen. We will be just focusing on whatever work we have, and we will be shouting at them. So that time, whatever they thought of sharing, they may not be able to do it. So they feel that they at one time they stop sharing things with us. So whenever they come to us, at least a minute of time we can spend with them to get to know what they really wanted to share with us, and we can give our advice or guidance or whatever it is required. Sometimes when they achieve something, they try to share with us so happily. It is very, very important to be available for our child on the correct time. And the fifth one is utilize bedtime. So I've seen, no, my child is, she used to tell a lot of things that happened on that particular day or that happened before. No, she used to come and share with me only at the bedtime. Other time, if I ask after coming from work, if I ask what you did today in school or what you did today, she won't be saying she won't be saying anything. She'll be in a playing mode. no. But when it comes to bed, when we are sleeping and lying on the bed, and if I ask her, if, she herself, no, opens up so many things and discuss, no, that time we can utilize, we can fix up that time to have no, very close conversation, very open conversation with our kids. And the next one is spend one-on-one time with children. If we have 2 3 children, we can spend one-on-one time with the children. They should feel that each, all the kids are given equal importance. They should not feel that one child is so close to the parent, another child is not close to the parent. For my parent, she only very close, I'm not, they won't care about me, they won't give any attention to me. That kind of feeling, if you create the childhood, it will be there after they grow up, also after they got married also. I've seen in many families, they say, my brother is more important, they give more importance to my brother, whatever he asks they will do, for me they won't do. So the other child started to avoid their parents. So it should not be there. So equally spend equal time with a child and spend one-on-one time with children, and set boundaries and consequences. Tell your child what they should do, what they should not do. If they do something that they should not do, what will happen? All that must be very clearly, said to your children. Listen and empathize. So listening is very, very important. Actually, if you listen to your partner or to your child or to your friend or to the people at your workplace, definitely it will solve 70% of the problem or 80% of the problem. Listening, we are not listening, we're just seeing what is happening. We are not listening what their point of view. We are not listening to them. So we have to listen carefully, and then we have to talk. And when it comes to children, when we are listening, if they are saying about something that happened in a school, we have to empathize, we have to feel the same way that our children are feeling. They have to, we have to be supportive. At the same time, we have to feel like, no, oh, this happened to you, I'm so sad, I'm feeling bad, but you can come up, you can come out of this, you can solve this problem. You have to empathize, as well as we have to give strength, we have to give advice to our children. These are some of the strategies that we can use to strengthen a parent child relationship. So here some of the things that we need to know about positive parenting: being supportive, being helping, or no, creating a secure and safe environment for our children. What that leads to: young children who grow with a secure and healthy attachment to their parents stand a better chance of developing happy and content relationships with others in their life. So how the child can build a relationship with others in the future is depend upon how we are building relationship inside our family. A child who has a secure relationship with parent learns to regulate emotions under stress and in difficult situations. See, it is very, very important. No, everybody is having some stress. Everybody is facing some difficult situation. But every time, no, we expect someone to be with us, someone to support us. But if we have developed a secure relationship, if parents have taught them how to have emotional maturity, how to handle stress, how to handle difficult situation, that helps our children a lot. And positive parenting promotes the child's mental, linguistic, and emotional development. It promotes all aspects of development, their moral development, their social development, all the aspects of development. Positive parenting helps the child to exhibit optimistic and confident social behaviors. Okay, and it lays a foundation for better and social and academic skills. And children also gain strong problem solving skills when they have a positive relationship with their parents. So all very, very important aspects of life can be learned from their parents so easily by their children, but the parents must be the role model for all this. And the next thing, the third aspect I'm going to discuss is relationship with friends. So what is friendship? What kind of relationship we can have? What kind of friends we can have for our for our mental health? Friendship is a relationship of mutual affection between people. It's a mutual affection. It is not biological bond. it's kind of something that we cannot explain. This friendship. Friends often share likes and dislikes, interests, pursuits, and passion. True friendship involves action, that is, doing something for someone else while expecting nothing in return. See, this kind of relationship, friendship, we cannot explain very clearly, because they won't expect, true friends, they won't expect anything from us in return, but they do everything to improve the quality of our life. They sense our need without telling them. They sense our need, they support us, they encourage us to come up well in our life. So such kind of friendship we need to keep up in our life. And they helps us to feeling without fear of judgment and negative criticism. That's why we all the time we won't prefer to share things with our parents, we won't share things with our spouse, but we talk with our friends, because they won't judge us, they won't make any negative criticism. They sometimes, true talking, true and close friends, uh, they understand us better. And if you it is important to have a long-term friendship. If we know a person for more than 10 years, that person have better understanding, but for no reason, for any reason, don't leave your friends. Okay. um, and what kind of friends you need? Friend who's up for anything, the friend who's just a little bit cooler than you. Cooler in the sense, if you're short, and if you have a friend who's taking everything so easily, can help you better. And the friend who's painfully honest with you, the friend you have known longer than you known yourself. That's what I mentioned earlier. Friends keep us mentally and physically strong. And the friends who always tries to improve the quality of our lives. So these are certain things we have to see. If you start to have or begin to have a friendship with a person, you see how he is or she is. It is worth to develop a friendship with that particular person. Try to understand his personality traits, his characteristics. You have to give first to take it back, right? We cannot expect someone from others always. We have to also initiate certain positive aspects to develop a friendship. If you think that this friendship or this relationship won't work, don't go for it. Don't go behind it, or don't harm yourself physically or mentally for a friendship. If something is good, something you feel that will work good with you, somebody will work good with you, then you can go for it. Otherwise, just you can leave that toxic kind of friendship. So what this affect this friendship? Hello?
I have a small doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, if you see some great leaders,
Okay.
they generally remain alone. For example, if you see, like our Prime Minister, he doesn't have any friend. And there is, if you see, Mahatma Gandhi is given a quote: "The greatest people always stood alone." So how does it, like, no, in your case, what you're saying, without friends, it is not advisable. Like, it is having friends is essential. But there are some people who have done great things, but they never had friends. And some people have a very high connection with the Almighty, like that.
How do we know they don't have friends? How do we know that they are
Okay.
not sharing with anyone? How do we know that they are not discussing, or they are not taking advice from somebody?
I
See,
read the
thing
biography,
is,
which says,
yeah. But it is good to have a friendship for your mental and physical health. That is what I'm going to discuss in the next slide.
okay,
Okay, thank
thank
you.
you.
So, the effects of friendship. These are the findings of the study. It says that it improves the physical health. It improves the person's prospects for good health and longevity. The good friendship helps us to have a good health, and it helps us to live for longer time. And lack of social supports or friendship have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease. These are some findings. And behavioral vaccine, that is small thing that we are doing repeatedly, that boosts both physical and mental health. Good friends encourage their friends to lead more healthy lifestyle. We have seen our friends encouraging us to eat healthy and come, let us go for gym together. That kind of friends, they are encouraging. They also want to have a healthy lifestyle, and they also encourage their friends to have a healthy lifestyle. And when it comes to mental health, if you're alone without friend, it increases the risk of suicidal ideas, because many of the times when we don't have very close friend to whom we can share all our problems, sometimes that may lead to risk of suicide. That may bring the suicidal thoughts. Having few or no friendship is a major indicator in the diagnosis of range of mental disorders. Okay, without friends, we are not having anyone to share our problems. We are not having anyone to share our happiness. That may leads to mental disorders. Higher friendship quality directly contributes to self-esteem, self-confidence, and it also develops also leads to good social development. People with close friendships are happier. Peer rejection is also associated with lower later aspiration in the workforce. In workforce, I've seen in workplaces, certain people, they won't talk to others. They always wanted to be alone. But if they get someone to support, someone to motivate, we may think that this person won't perform well. But if they are having someone to motivate, someone to encourage them, they can do well in their career also. So the good friendship helps us to have a good physical as well as mental health. So number of research studies determines that social support like friendship has contribution to better physical health of a person. A study also claims that people who lack social support from friends are more likely to suffer from mental illness like depression and anxiety. So toxic friends, on the other hand, might leave you unsatisfied, drained, and unequal. That is what I said. No, you have to you have to understand a person in a better way. That is more important. If it's simply if we are talking to someone for a couple of hours, and then you're going out with that person, you're not trying to understand a person, then one day if you see that this person is not a good man or good woman, then that time they may do they may create some problem, and they also bring you into that problem. So it is very important to have a very good understanding at the initial level of any relationship. And if you find this relationship won't work, just leave there itself and come out of the relationship. That is very, very important. Don't go behind anyone. And the fourth aspect that I would like to discuss is workplace relationship. Workplace relationships are unique interpersonal relationships with important implications for the individuals in those relationships and organizations in which relationship exists and develop. Workplace relationships directly affect a worker's ability and drive to succeed or failure. So it is very, very important to have a proper relationship at workplace. Okay, I won't say that in workplace we have to be very close with our colleagues. I won't say we should not talk with them. So it should be a balanced relationship. Okay, we have to maintain a balanced relationship with our colleagues in our office. So some of the strategies I've given here to improve the workplace relationship. The very first thing is avoid gossips. Don't talk about other person to some other person. Never ever do that. Do our work and come back. No, we should not waste our valuable time at work by gossiping about others. It's really, most of the people, they won't no, they are, if they are in the office for 5 hours, they won't utilize those 5 hours to do the office work. They'll be doing all, sitting here, going there and talking about carrying some information from someone and talking to someone. They waste all the time. They won't do anything productively, and they won't complete their work on time, and they'll be doing all the work at home. If we could use our time at the workplace, we no need to spend extra time anywhere. We can complete our work, and we will get good work satisfaction also. Don't burden your co-workers with personal problems. It is always advisable to not to discuss your personal problems with your co-workers. It is very rare to find a good friend in our workplace, because based on the management, based on the authority people, this relationship that develops, that keeps changing. One person may be close to us, and something happened, that person may talk to another person. Think that a person is very close to me, and if you talk your personal problem, your family problem with that person, if you think that he can keep that, cute, it is not going to happen. That person will go and, when you are getting any conflict related to any work at your workplace, they'll go and talk your personal problems with others. It is always not to discuss your personal problems at workplace. They are not going to give you any proper solution. Most of the time, they enjoy your problems, so don't do that. And third one is, don't jump to conclusion. If somebody coming and telling you something, don't conclude. Go collect information from various sources, get to know what really, and conclude, and then talk. No, one person is giving you some information, and you're judging, and you're concluding something. No, it creates a lot of problem for us. Okay, improve communication skills. So in communication skill, very, very important thing is listening skill. Only when you listen carefully, you can communicate effectively. So listen what other employees or your colleagues or your friends at workplace are telling to you. Just first listen to them, and then you start to communicate. Then set boundaries. Set boundaries is very important. If you keep a book or something written on a paper, if you keep that very close to your eyes, do you think you can see what is there? Do you think you can read from that paper? You cannot read, right? Very close to your eyes, you cannot read. It should be kept at a distance to understand. So we have to keep the persons at a particular distance at the first level, and then we have tried to understand, and then bring them close little bit, not very close at workplace. Okay, we have to set boundaries and resolve conflict early. If you are the people at workplace, they are not our friends, they no need to be our friends, or they no need to be our enemies. Okay, they are co-workers. We have to work together to accomplish the goal of the institution. That's it. Okay, so any problem, any negative thoughts or negative idea about you is coming, somebody is talking something about you, or any small problem at workplace, try to solve that problem at the earliest. Don't let the problem grow bigger further. So solve it at the earliest, and tell that this particular problem should not be discussed further, because it is solved, it is over. There itself, we have to put a full stop. And keep your emotions under control. I've seen people shouting at other colleagues, or shouting at the head of the institution. No, we have to keep our emotions under control. We should not use unwanted words. It's really going to harm our career. It's really going to create a lot of problems to our career. So keep your emotions under control. It may be positive or it may be negative. There are a lot of emotions. Happiness is also an emotion. Don't be so happy. No need to be very much showing our happiness. No need to be showing our anger too much. Accept personal and cultural differences. In workplace, we can see different people coming from different culture, and we have to accept from different religion, from different caste. We should not never discuss about the caste, religion, or culture of other people. We have to accept, because we are in India. We have to accept it, and we have to also understand there is an individual difference. from same culture, from the people who speaking same language, coming under same area, there is an individual difference. And when it comes to people from different culture and different region, there will be a lot of differences. So we have to accept those differences. Treat other employees with respect. It may be a person working under you, we have to respect them. It may be a person, maybe sweeper, we have to give them a respect. Okay, develop a positive attitude towards your workplace, towards the persons around you, uh, towards your work, and that is also very, very important. These are the strategies that helps you to improve your workplace relationship. And this is about geese. You might have seen these geese flying on the sky. They always fly in V shape because the geese, the one which is flying, is a leader. It leads the team. Okay, they fly together in a V shape. So that no, when they flap their wings, that creates an energy that makes them to fly together stronger and higher, 70% more than when they fly alone. So these geese are no, it is an example for a teamwork. If the one who is flying in the first position gets tired, it go back to the last position, and the other one takes the first lead. Okay, they work together. They cannot be defeated. So collaboration at workplace is very, very important. When it comes to work, just think about how to accomplish goals, think about how to be collaborative, how to have a good understanding with our co-workers, and to succeed in our career. And handling criticism at a workplace. When you enter your workplace, take a deep breath, smile, and try to relax. You smile at everyone at your workplace. Have a relaxed look. Okay. When you're talking with someone, keep eye contact with the other person. Look relaxed and keep an eye contact and listen to them very carefully. Put negative thoughts and feelings about yourself out of mind. Don't think about yourself that you're low. Don't develop an inferiority complex with you. Don't compare yourself with other employees. As I said, individual difference, you're also different from others. Okay, don't put all these things into your mind. If somebody talking about something, don't take those criticisms so personally that affects your mental health. If possible, try to change the aspects that you can possibly change. Okay, these are some of the things to handle the criticism. Research, these are the general findings about relationship. The social environment can play an important role in protecting against cognitive decline in older age, and having strong social network contributions to better health outcomes for older people. People with significant mental illness report that the support of the family and friends was the most important factor in aiding their recovery. Okay, if one of the person in a family or friends are mentally ill, we have to be contributing, we have to be supporting them for the faster recovery. Successful work groups are more likely when employees are friends with their colleagues. Here, friendship is not like no sharing your personal information. It is a friendship at your workplace. You can discuss what work to be done, how it can be done, how effectively it can be done. That kind of friendship you can develop at workplace. Happiness is contagious. People who are surrounded by happy people are also more likely to be happy. So we can have a cool friend, humorous people around us, so they make us happy and the environment will be happy. People who are more socially connected to family, friends, or their community are happier, physically healthier, and live longer with fewer mental health problems than people who are less well connected. So human beings are now, we cannot function independently. We can function effectively with the support of others. Nobody can function alone. Nobody can think that, oh, I can do this alone. It is not at all possible that in that way human being won't work. Okay, we should get the support of others to complete the work. So we have to be well connected with other person. We have to develop a healthy relationship with other person. We have to develop a safe relationship with other person. it is not just the number of friends you have, but it's the quality of your close friendship that matters. Okay, people are having lot of 4,000, 5,000 friends in Facebook, but no, if they have some problem, they won't be having anyone to share with. Some people are having lakhs of followers, and if you take people from Cine field, they are having lot of followers, lot of friends, but they are not having one close friend, one true friend to share their problems. That's why they are trying to commit suicide. They are committing suicide. Okay. And one more thing, it is very important to note, living in conflict or within a toxic relationship is more damaging than being alone. Okay, I have to develop a friendship. Yes, of course, you have to have a good friend. But if you're in wrong hand, if you are with the wrong hand, then it is going to create more mental health problems. So in that case, it is better to be alone. Extensive evidence shows having close, positive relationships can give us purpose and sense of belongingness. Loneliness and isolation remains a key predictors for poor psychological and physical health. So having a lack of good friendships and long-term feelings of loneliness have been shown by a range of studies to be associated with higher rate of mortality, poor physical health outcomes, and lower life satisfaction. Higher rates of mental health problems such as depression and anxiety have been associated with loneliness, isolation, and social rejection during adolescence. These are the findings of the study. These are talking about being lonely and isolated. That really brings a lot of mental health disorders, that creates a lot of physical issues. And here I would like to conclude with a quote: a great relationship is based on two principles. First, appreciate your similarities, and the second one is respect your differences. With that, we can develop a good and healthy relationship that gives that make us live for longer duration of time. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Thank you, Jansi, for your nice presentation. The slides were really awesome, and the flow of the content was so beautiful, and it was like a story actually.
Thank you.
So
Thank
it
you.
is nice to see. It is nice to see and learn how differently we have to behave in different situations to enhance beautiful relationships lifelong. So it was too good. So now I request the participants to discuss with the resource person regarding relationships, the doubts you have, or share your thoughts on this session. You're most welcome. Please do participate. There is a feedback in the chat box, ma'am, from Maha Jayantan. He says, thank you and got a good knowledge about relationship.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have our Suresh sir here. He's going to talk some words about you, Dr. Jansi Priya.
Thank you. Let him talk. Sir?
Yes, I think the point.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. The slide, the best, the best. I think.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Color combinations, not only the content and that the background design, and also the content, the flow. I joined only later, in between only. It is amazing. I know that previous presentation and this one, and I can see that a lot of improvisation in your presentation. Really, there are many of people who are not joined. I think they miss out your session. Thank you so much. It's a lovely, lovely presentation. That is the point I want to say. Mesmerized.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great effort, ma'am, actually. I can also second it with what Sir is telling. I second it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I would like to admit one more point here. Actually, when we conduct a particular workshop on second time, we need to improvise the program. And I felt that yesterday and day before yesterday, my expectations was some extent, but that presentations were not up to the mark of my expectations. But today, I think you made the one, equalize the one. I think you made the presentation very good. Thank you, Dr. Jansi.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, I
Sir.
have one small query.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Like this relationship, this presentation, as you summed it up, it is too good. It is really
Thank you.
awesome. And
Thank you, ma'am.
aesthetically, like, well designed. You feel like, like, you are somewhere totally into a new world altogether. And one, when I went through this presentation last 1 hour,
Okay.
my personal life, per se, like I mostly remain alone.
Okay.
But whenever I require help or something, I can immediately speak to the concerned person. I always get it. Like, no, there is generally no problem arised.
Okay.
Is it a wrong habit? Like, no, I prefer to be alone because I do lots of introspection, lots of research work, how to bring in social transformation. Actually, now I'm in a vision of social reforms. One of the
Okay.
things, a major area I'm focusing is to this psychological counseling and psychological therapies on those things, but I'm mostly alone. Is it a wrong habit?
Okay. Yeah. I think you believe that you can do well when you're alone. Is it right?
Not necessarily, because
Do you
always
believe,
busy.
I'm asking a question, do you believe that you're doing well when you're alone? I think you believe that you're doing everything great without anyone's support.
No, whenever I require support, I speak to the concerned, like, no, my friends. They immediately help me. They
Okay.
generally they don't
So
turn me
you
down.
said friends now, you have friends, right?
But I'm not like continuously in touch with them. I only when I require, I remember them. I give a call. Generally, they don't say no. They
Now more than 50% or 60% of the people are like you only. Only where they are talking to others when there is a need.
Yes.
But no, friends should be a regular chit chat.
That is, yeah, we have to spend some time with our, we have to have some friends, to have some discussion, to enjoy a life, to have fun, to celebrate something. That gives lot of relaxation to our mind and to our body. That gives lot of energy for you to work continuously further.
That is only when they invite me for some formal birthday parties, etc. I go there. But otherwise,
You
generally,
go give the gift and come back, right?
no, I stay there. Like, no, if I go for a party, I'm fully involved in that. Like, it's fully engaged in that party. But not a regular meeting or regularly. I'm alone.
Once in a week, if you are very busy, once in a week, if you could spend good time with your friends, it is good. It's good for our mental health. But now you may feel that everything is going on well. I don't have any other problem. But you may start to realize, that you are having some stress. You are taking too much of stress. You are going to depression. You may start to realize later time. That time, if you go and ask for some help, they all have an idea that this person won't talk to us, very closely. He won't move with any person so closely, so they won't come up at that time for help. So it is better to have a lifetime friendship or relationship with the persons you trust and to whom you can have a strong relationship.
Like
I
in this
think
case,
Jansi
when I have a major problem, I go to the appropriate professionals. So I get it resolved, or I read books appropriate. Like if I had like with my son when he was passing through the teenage phase, I had some problems. I read books, like staying connected with your teenager, understanding you. So that helped me a lot. Is that all right? Or
See, you have to introspect. You have to ask question to yourself. Is that okay for you?
it is going okay, ma'am. That, but when I listen to your
Ah.
presentation, I have a little apprehension whether
You
it is.
you have to think very deeply. Is that okay for you, or superficially, or feeling like everything is okay, I have no problem? Superficially or feeling, or in depth, if you ask question to yourself, you're feeling that you're doing everything. You are feeling that you're doing everything alone. That's why you raise this question,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes.
Then you need help, you need friends, you need some enjoyment. You need to take a break from your busy work schedule.
So like today I'm attending this presentation. So like or when I read books, I'm very happy with that. I'm so like totally immersed in that one.
Okay, that time you feel 100% okay when you're
Huh,
reading book or learning. So you're getting what to say? You're getting everything from learning. Your happiness is learning, right?
No, like tomorrow I'm the resource person for one of the webinar organized by Tamil Nadu College of Engineering, where I met Dr. Subhasri Madam, and that's how I came for this program. So
Okay,
tomorrow full
okay.
day I'll be conducting program. I'm the person who's going to give a presentation with movie clippings, PowerPoint presentations, songs, etc. So if you see at the end of the day, I'll be the most happiest person in the world. I get that kind of feeling. Not only
So,
learning, sharing my experience with others, guiding
okay.
people.
If that is okay for you, then okay. If you feeling, you're not having building up relationship with anyone and you're feeling that you're getting alone, then you need help.
So I'll think over, ma'am. I think I require
Okay.
to introspect. As you said, it is
Introspection. You have to deeply think what you really need. Are you completely okay with what you have now? You have to think.
okay, ma'am.
Okay.
So thank you
Sir,
very much.
Suresh sir, any other input you would like to give?
No,
Jansi ma'am,
Okay.
I have, sorry Suresha, just I was thinking to say to him that based on whatever Muthu sir has shared now, based on what he has shared now, I think his happiness is mainly on the productivity side, ma'am. What I feel is like, for example,
Yeah, that's
attending to a
what
session, new
that's what
learnings,
I
that is he's
asked.
happy. If he is
He
delivering
is getting
lectures, people are benefited, he is happy. And when he's reading books, he's feeling knowledgeable, he's happy.
but
So in whatever effort he is making, if there is something productive that he can see, that is good. Otherwise, I think Sar is
but that
fully
won't help
contented with
all.
what is.
I
Yeah.
feel
Now
help
Suresh
all
sir
the
has
time.
to talk. Now Suresh sir has to talk on this, man.
yeah, thank you. Regarding that relationship, the main aim of PharmaV is about holistic wellness. Holistic wellness, it is a part of holistic wellness. We cannot say that this is the ultimate one. And the person feels that it is uncomfortable with what he is practicing, is what he is experiencing, he can go on it. But what is the science are saying that we'll come to the neurobiology or neuropsychology. What they are saying that when we are connected to, when we are having the relationship with other persons, the hormones will be play a vital role. Neurobiology that is talking about. One is about oxytocin. Oxytocin, when we are having the good relationship, and these hormones will be secreted. It may be from parents or the close friends or the loved one, and we can get these oxytocin. And the next one is, other than oxytocin, there is one more hormone which is secreted when you are close with serotonin. And these two hormones are mandatory for our better relationship. Is the one thing. And when it comes to that, the social psychology, human beings are social animals, and they are saying that the behavior, our personality, and everything will change based on our relationship. Suppose when we are having that quality relationship with number of persons, and our personality will changes. And when we want to, when we feel that the existing personality is good, we can go ahead. If need to change, we may think that somebody is good, and we may look at that, we want to become like that. So you can check that and the relationship, and then we can develop on those components. And there is one more perspective regarding the relationship is about the conflict component. Why there are many people are not having more number of friends and relationships? It is because they may had on better experiences with some of the few relationship earlier what they had, and these will make on cognitive biases, cognitive fallacies, where which will not them make sense. Okay, generalization they will make it. So that is the reason they may not go with many friends. So these are my inputs, and I think that Jansi given that valid input. I hope he also agree with that.
So
Jayantan, you
yes,
can, yes, Jayantan, you
sir.
can also interact. Yes, yes. Yes, Dr. Chandra.
Sir, I have just put that to Muthu sir that you're contented and satisfied with simple things that comes in your way, which is good because you're not expecting so much. But in the long run, there are multiple elements you might need for better physical and emotional health. Introspection must help you, sir. That's what I have written to him in the chat, sir.
Yeah, that is what I also feel. Now he may feel everything is going on well, but it won't work for long run.
The first case study of Sigmund Freud, Anavo, the renting out, we need a person. It may be on virtual or it maybe need to vent out our feeling to somebody. For that, we need a better relationship. We cannot share all the information, all the feelings what we are experiencing to everyone, the friends we are having. The better relationship is that we can share and then we feel good in our holistic health. Yes, Jayantan, I think you have to interact now, man. Unmute yourself.
Jansi, I also have another view in this. I think for Muthu sir, not only for Muthu sir, for most of us in the society, only by being in a relationship we can better the nature of people, man. So, for example, there are people to help Muthu sir in terms of his need. Actually, a friend in need is a friend indeed. We all know that, believe that. But if somebody is going to ask back help from Muthu sir, and if he will not know many more people to help them out or do something, then I think we can have the risk of going in guilt, and that will really affect us in the long run. So I think a balance of all these things has also to be studied by being in relationship with people continuously, irrespective of the age or situation or country wherever we are. That would help. So now it is the turn of Maha Jayantan to discuss.
Switch on your video, Jayantan. Switch on your video, man. Yes, hi.
Sometimes I got problem with I got some problems. I can't able to explain to them, but I expect them to understand with
Voice is very feeble for me. Is it for me only?
He is feeble only, sir. He is telling there are problems, but I can't explain so much to the people, but I expect them to understand it on their own. That was he's telling. Am I right, Jayantan?
yeah, right, ma'am. I'm expecting
Can you be a little bit louder so that we can hear you well?
I expect mostly with my parents, but they couldn't understand that. Finally, I get hurt only because of that problem. Too much so in that case, what I have to do? Can't stop that expectation.
Expect, don't expect.
Yeah, but sometimes when I get a problem, I want to share with someone, but I can't able to share with them. I don't know why I can't, but I want them to understand me. In that case, I had more than that problem. So mostly with my parents. That's what I have to say.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, Jayantan, but ma'am said that you can't expect from others. What is your view on that?
Don't expect.
Yeah, I get that
Expectation leads to confusion,
Disappointments.
disappointments.
Yeah, I understood, ma'am. But sometimes I can't able to control myself from expecting them.
What you're expecting? Can you give one example?
Sometimes when I get a problem like problems, I want my parents to care me more, but they have a lot of works to do, but they don't care me in that situation.
Okay.
I can't able to tell them I want a care from you, my parents. In that case, what I have to do?
You can have good friends to share your problems.
Yeah, but I never shared with them.
Yeah.
Never shared problems with my friends.
Yeah.
I shared with my parents only.
Okay.
Dr. Janki, I would like to say a few words about Maha Jayantan. Jayantan is having that he had a very good friends earlier, but once he settled in his native, and the only dependent for him is on parents only, especially mother only. He used to have an interaction, and he expecting everything from his mother, and now he feel that the friends are not very close to them, and how he may have a doubt about whether that communication we are making to that members are appropriate or not. So these kind of doubts are there for him. Am I right, Jendan?
Correct, sir.
Yeah, okay. And he's a very good, what I can say, when it comes to that, the concept, when he try to say something, he is very good at it in personally, if no one is there. But when it comes to that, the persons are there and we want to say to them, that time he is having some, he cannot be able to, he cannot be able to say that exactly what is expectations. Sometimes he may miss out. He may expect something, but the conversation leads to somewhere else. He cannot 100% share what he is thinking, and the word he cannot be able to make it. So that is the point he had. Even with his mother.
Somebody's talking.
No. Yeah, yes, sir, Muthu, sir. And actually, this kind of experiences we will have only when I like to share my views about that. When we are anticipating something and when we feel and when we think about that, even though we were communicated 100%, we may think that we may not communicated, convey the message 100%. So these kind of thoughts may come to us. But still remember that some of the sessions when I take, and I feel that I may given that inputs, but once after come back from the session, I feel that I'm not given that 100%. So these kind of things we may experience. What may be the reason for that?
Sir, that is because we collect lot of things to speak. Of information gather in our mind, and when we speak, we miss out some of the important points, and we feel that, oh, I missed out this, so I didn't do completely. But for the listeners, they don't know what kind of informations we had in our mind to speak. So for them, it looks good, completely good, and they get satisfied from your presentation. But it is our problem because we were not able to deliver everything.
Yeah. And Slochana ma'am, would you like to interact with the resource person, or you can give a genuine feedback for the session, ma'am? Please unmute your audio. Priya, are you there? Anmo Priya.
There is only Muthu sir, Maha Jayantan, and Sulokshana ma'am.
Yes, he sent a message. Yes. Slochana ma'am or team?
சார் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் எப்படி எனக்கு அதிகமா ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இல்ல சார். நான் எப்படி முத்து சார் சொன்னாரோ அந்த மாதிரிதான் நானும். எனக்கு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இல்ல. பட் வந்து நான் என்ன விருப்பப்படுவேன்னா, நான் எல்லாரும் கூடயும் மிங்கிள் ஆகணும், நிறைய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரி நினைப்பேன் நானு. பட் என்ன சொல்றது, நீங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி ஒரு மேடம் சொன்னாங்க, சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து ஒருவேளை நான் நெகட்டிவா மீட் பண்ணிருக்கலாம் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், இந்த மாதிரி மீட் பண்ணிருக்கலாம். அதனால எனக்கு இன்னுமே ஒரு என்னோட சிஸ்டர் இருக்கிற மாதிரி எனக்கு அந்த மாதிரி இருக்க தெரியல. சொசைட்டி கூட மூவ் பண்ண தெரியல. அந்த மாதிரிலாம் நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணிருக்கேங்க சார். சோ இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா என் சன்னும் அந்த மாதிரிதான் இருக்கான். பட் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட நல்லா இருக்கான். அவன் டீனேஜ் தான், ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட நல்லா இருக்கான். பட் ரிலேஷன்ஸ் கூட எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் என்ன மாதிரிதான் எனக்கு தோணுது. அதனால நான் பண்ற தப்பு அவனும் பண்ணிடுவானோன்னு தோணுது.
நீங்க தானே ரோல் மாடல், நீங்க தானே?
ஆமா ஆமாங்க, கண்டிப்பா கண்டிப்பா. அதுதான் சொல்றேன். இருந்தாலும் நம்ம சொன்னா அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. அவங்க எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணும்போதுதான் அதை வந்து ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். பட் நான் எனக்கு வந்து எக்ஸ்போசர் இல்ல, அதனால நான் எனக்கு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இல்ல. அப்படியே சில பேர்கிட்ட மூவ் பண்ணாலும் எனக்கு வந்து க்ளோஸா மூவ் பண்ண முடியல. ஏன்னா எனக்கு ஒருவேளை நெகட்டிவிட்டி ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். என்னோட என்னோட பார்ட்ல தான் எனக்கு தோணுது.
நெகட்டிவ் நம்மளா நீங்களே ஒரு சர்க்கிள் போட்டுக்கிறீங்க. இது நீங்க ஆக்சுவலா நீங்க ஒரு 2 பேர்ட்ட பேசி பாருங்களேன். இதுக்கு வந்து I still remember the person, Victor Frankl or somebody else, Aaron Beck, I don't know. He had a problem. அவருக்கு என்ன பிரச்சனை இருந்ததுன்னா, மற்றவங்களோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப் உருவாக்குன்றது ரொம்ப பிரச்சனை இருந்தது. ஒரு நாள் என்ன பண்ணாருன்னா, டிசைட் பண்ணாருங்க, ஒரு பார்க்குக்கு போனாரு. அந்த பார்க்ல பார்த்த முதல்ல 100 பேர்ட்ட பேசணும், அவர் தான் அது. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இஸ் an introvert, he never had an interaction with anybody else. அந்த 100 பேர் பேசி முடிச்சுட்டு வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் he come to know that அதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கு இல்லையா, இவங்க இப்படி இருப்பாங்க, இப்ப நம்ம இவங்ககிட்ட சொன்னா என்ன நினைச்சுவாங்க, தப்பா நினைச்சுவாங்க, அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய அது வந்து இந்த இன்ஹிபிஷன்னாலே நிறைய பேர் இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண மாட்டோம், நிறைய விஷயங்கள் ஷேர் பண்ண மாட்டோம். பட் அவர் என்ன பண்ணாருன்னா 100 மெம்பர்ஸ்ட பேசினாருங்க. தென் ஹி மேட் அ கமெண்ட் அண்ட் தட் அவர் வந்து மத்தவங்க மேல வச்சிருந்த ஒப்பீனியன், அந்த இமேஜ் எல்லாமே கம்ப்ளீட்டா சேஞ்ச் ஆச்சுன்னு அவர் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க. நீங்க ஒரு இவங்ககிட்ட சொன்னா நடக்குமா, இது கரெக்டா இருக்குமான்ற மாதிரி இல்லாம நீங்க பேசி பாருங்களேன். why don't you try?
ஓகே சார். எனக்கு என்னன்னா மெயினா, அதாவது நான் மீட் பண்ற பீப்புள்லாம் கொஞ்சம் ஏதோ மாத்தி பேசுற மாதிரி, அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு என்ன சொல்றது, ஹானஸ்டி இருக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க அப்படின்ட்டு தான் எனக்கு தோணுது.
உங்களுக்கு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் பில்டப் பண்றதுல ப்ராப்ளம் இல்ல, மத்தவங்கள நம்புறதுலதான் பிரச்சனை.
ஒரு சின்ன விஷயம் மாத்தினா கூட, சின்ன விஷயம் ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு மாத்தி பேசினா கூட நான் உடனே அப்படியே கட் பண்ண பாக்குறேன். கட் பண்ணிட்டு நான் தனியா வர்றதுக்கு தான் நான் இது பண்றேன்.
அப்படி பார்த்தா நம்ம யாரோடய ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் வச்சுக்க முடியாது. எல்லாரும் அப்படிதான் டைமுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி. நம்மளே சம்டைம்ஸ் வந்து அந்த மாதிரிதான் பிஹேவ் பண்ணுவோம். அந்த டைமுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி, சிச்சுவேஷனுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் விஷயங்களை மாத்தி தான் பேசுவோம். 100% வந்து ட்ரூவா இருக்கிறது, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் கிடைக்கிறது ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம். அப்படி கிடைச்சாலும் அவங்க ஏதோ ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல ஒரு சின்ன விஷயத்த மாத்தி பண்ணிட்டாங்க, இல்ல போய் சொல்லிட்டாங்க, ஏதோ ஒண்ணு பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா, நம்ம அவ்வளவு நாள் அவங்க என்னென்னமோ பண்ணிருப்பாங்க, எவ்வளவு நமக்காக செஞ்சிருக்கலாம், எவ்வளவு நம்ம கிட்ட அன்பா இருந்திருக்கலாம், சப்போர்ட்டிவா இருந்திருக்கலாம், என்கரேஜிங்கா இருந்திருக்கலாம். பட் அந்த ஒரு விஷயத்துக்காக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிடுறோம், அந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை கட் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறது வந்து எனக்கு கூட இந்த பிஹேவியர் இருந்திருக்கு. பட் நான் இப்ப வந்து கொஞ்சம் டெவலப் பண்ணிக்கிட்டேன். நிறைய யோசிச்சு பார்ப்பேன், நான் கம்பேர் பண்ணி பார்ப்பேன். இவ்வளவு நமக்கு வந்து அவங்க வந்து ட்ரூத்ஃபுல்லா இருந்திருக்காங்க, எல்லாமே பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஒரு விஷயம், அது ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷன், அவங்க என்ன நினைச்சு பண்ணாங்களோ, அவங்களோட ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ல இருந்து பார்க்கும்போது அவங்க என்னெல்லாம் யோசிச்சு அந்த மாதிரி பேசியிருக்கலாம், இல்ல என்ன சொல்லிருக்கலாம், மாத்தி ஏதாவது சொல்லியிருக்கலாம், என்னது லைக் ஏமாத்துற மாதிரி ஏதாவது பேசியிருக்கலாம். அது வந்து அந்த ஒரு விஷயத்துக்காக வந்து அந்த பர்சன் அப்படியே ஒதுக்குறதுங்கிறது வந்து, அப்படி பார்த்தோம்னா நம்ம எல்லாருமே ஒதுக்கிடணும், யாருமே இருக்க மாட்டாங்க, நம்ம மட்டும்தான் இருக்கணும்.
இப்ப 45 இயர்ஸ்க்கு மேலங்கிறதுனால இப்ப நான் ஃபீல் பண்றேன் அதெல்லாம். அதாவது நிறைய நம்ம லைஃப்ல மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம்னு தோணுது. அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு நிறைய ஃபீல் ஆகுது. பாக்கலாங்க மேடம், நான் ட்ரை பண்றேன்.
அப்படி யாரெல்லாம் மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ, யூ கோ பேக் டு them and talk to them.
ஓகே மேடம்,
போய் பேசுங்க. ஒரு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ட்ரூவா இருந்திருப்பாங்க. ஏதோ ஒரு சின்ன விஷயத்துல ஒரு மிஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்காக நீங்க வந்து பேசாம விட்டுருப்பீங்க. பட் மத்த விஷயங்களெல்லாம் கம்பேர் பண்ணி பார்க்கும்போது அவங்க பண்ண ஒரு சின்ன விஷயம் வந்து மன்னிக்கலாம். மன்னிச்சுட்டு திருப்பி யூ கேன் டெவலப் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்.
அதான் எனக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, சின்ன இதுலயே நான் காலேஜ் படிக்கும் போதே ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க, உனக்கு சிச்சுவேஷனுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி உனக்கு ஆக்ட் பண்ண தெரியல அப்படிம்பாங்க. நான் அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தேன், மத்தவங்ககிட்டயும் அதை எதிர்பார்க்கிறேன். அதுதான் எனக்கு
அந்த எதிர்பார்க்கறதுலதான்.
What I'm thinking about Sulochana மேம் சொல்றத வச்சு பார்க்கும்போது, மேம் நீங்க வந்து சொல்றீங்க மன்னிச்சு விட்டுடலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஆனா மேம் சொல்ற ஸ்டோரி லைனை பார்க்கும்போது, நம்மள மன்னிக்கிற ஸ்டேஜ்ல தான் மேம் இந்த அதர் பர்சன் இருக்காங்க. அதாவது ஒரு சின்ன விஷயத்துக்காக நான் உங்களை தெரியாம தப்பா நினைச்சிட்டேன், மனசுல ஒண்ணும் வச்சுக்காதீங்க, மத்தபடி உங்க மேல எனக்கு இன்னும் அந்த அபிமானம் இருக்கு, நம்ம நல்ல ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸா இருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு நம்ம தான் மேம் அதை தொடர முடியும். அவங்கள நம்ம மன்னிக்கிறது நம்ம அந்த ஸ்டேஜ் எல்லாம் போயிடுச்சு மேம். அவங்கதான் இப்ப நம்மள ஏத்துக்கணும். ஏன்னா நீங்க தானே மேம் டிசைட் பண்ணி விட்டுட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்க. அவங்க வேணா நீங்க தான் டிசைட் பண்ணீங்க, அவங்க டிசைட் பண்ணாங்களா?
இவங்கதான்
இருக்கலாங்க மேடம்.
அதாவது மேம் நீங்க இப்ப ஜான்சி மேம் கிட்ட சொன்னதுனாலதான் அவங்க அப்படி சொல்றாங்க. நீங்க சொன்னீங்கல்ல நிறைய மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன்னு ஃபீல் பண்றேன்னு சொல்றீங்கல்ல, அது நம்ம திரும்ப தேடி
அதாவது ஒரு
திரும்ப தேடி போனா நமக்கு அது கிடைக்கும் தான். அது அங்கதான் இருக்கு, நம்ம தான் விலகி
ஆமா
வந்துட்டோம்.
ஆமா ஆமா அது ட்ரூ, தட் ஐ அக்ரி. அவங்க இப்போ நீங்க திரும்ப போனாங்கன்னா they are ready to have a friendship with you. இருப்பாங்க, ரெடியா தான் இருப்பாங்க. நீங்க தான் வந்து முரண்டு பிடிக்கிறீங்க. கரெக்டா சொல்லணும்னா உங்களுக்கு தான் அந்த ஈகோ இறங்கி போறதுக்கு.
இருக்கு இருக்கு கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் இருக்கு இன்னும். ட்ரை பண்றேன் மேடம்.
ஓகே ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ.
எஃபெக்ட் வந்து ஹார்ம்ஃபுல்லா இல்லன்னா ஈஸியா ஃபர்கிவ் பண்ணிடுங்க மேம். அதான் நான் சொல்றேன். சரி போய் தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. நம்ம ஸ்ட்ராங்கான எத்திக்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம். எல்லாருமே ஹியூமன் எத்திக்ஸ் தான் மேம் வச்சிருக்கோம். ஹானஸ்டா இருக்கணும், டிரான்ஸ்பரண்டா இருக்கணும், எல்லாரும் நினைக்கிறோம் தான் மேம். ஆனா நம்ம வந்து நம்மள மாதிரியே எல்லாரும் இருந்துட்டா வேர்ல்ட் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் இல்ல பாருங்களேன். சோ இப்போ அவங்க ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்றாங்க, அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஒண்ணும் பெருசா பாதிக்கலன்னா நீங்க வந்து யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் ஃபர்கிவ். ஏதோ அவங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதை பண்றாங்க. டேக் த குட், லீவ் த பேட் மேம். சார் பாருங்க 5 விரல் காட்டுறாங்க, 5 விரலும் ஒண்ணா இல்ல அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. எனக்கு வந்து உங்களுக்கு சொல்ற அளவுக்கு வயசு அனுபவம் இல்ல மேம். ஆனா ஈவன் இன்சைட் த ஃபேமிலி கூட அப்படிதான் மேம் நடக்குது. சொந்த சிப்லிங்ஸே அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பண்றாங்க. சோ நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? லைஃப் இஸ் ஒன்ஸ் born together. திரும்ப we can't expect this to happen இல்லைங்களா? சோ சின்ன சின்ன விஷயத்தெல்லாம் we can always forgive மேம். forgiveness வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கனாலே most of the things you can come out of it. அதனால நீங்க ஒன்னும் ஃபீல் பண்ணாதீங்க. நீங்க உங்க பையன் கிட்ட வந்து you have to talk a lot மேம். அதான் நான் ஃபீல் பண்றேன். ஏன்னா அம்மாக்கு தெரியாம இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டேன், இதெல்லாம் பண்ணா நீயும் அம்மா வயசு வரும்போது ரொம்ப ஃபீல் பண்ணுவ, நீ ரொம்ப யோசிச்சு முடிவு எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லிடுங்க ஓப்பனா. அவ்வளவுதான், முடிஞ்சது. அதுக்கப்புறம் சாய்ஸ் அவரோடது. நீங்க வந்து இது ரைட் இது தப்புன்னு மட்டும் சொல்லாம நீங்க என்ன கோ த்ரூ பண்ணீங்கன்றது எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா மேபி ஹி வில் திங்க் இப்படிதான் இருக்குமோ இன்னொரு 20 இயர்ஸ் கழிச்சு அப்படின்னு ஒரு பயத்துல கூட ஒரு டைரக்ஷனை மாத்தலாம். எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சது சொல்லிருக்கேன் மேம்.
நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி மத்தவங்களோட டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றதுக்கு நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி, ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப் டெவலப் பண்றதுக்கு நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிரியேட் நீங்களே பண்ணுங்க. ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸோட, அவங்க ஏஜ் குரூப் பாய்ஸோட கேர்ள்ஸோட அந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி நீங்க கிரியேட் பண்ணி கொடுங்க.
ஜான்சி மேம் சொல்றது சூப்பர். நீங்க வந்து வீட்டுக்கு உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் கூப்பிட்டு யூ கேன் ஹேவ் லஞ்ச் இல்லனா ஒரு டின்னர், நீங்களும் சேர்ந்து எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு மூவி போயிட்டு வரலாம். ஸ்பெண்ட் சம் டைம் டுகெதர்.
ஓகே மேடம், ஓகே. என்னன்னா எனக்கு வந்து திருப்பி அட்வான்டேஜ் எடுத்துக்கிறாங்களோ, திருப்பி நம்ம ஊண்டானா நம்மளால அதை டாலரேட் பண்ண முடியாது அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி எல்லாம் தோணுது. பெஸ்ட் நம்ம வந்து சொல்லி இருந்துக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு.
ஏற்கனவே வாங்கின ஒரு அடி போதும், திரும்ப புதுசால அடி வாங்க வேணான்ற மாதிரி உங்க அது வந்து நல்லதா
மேம் அப்படி நினைச்சிருந்தாங்கன்னா மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம்னு ஃபீல் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க சார். ஒரு
அளவுக்கு யாரும் எதுவும் பண்ணல அவங்களுக்கு. அவங்களுக்கு சின்ன விஷயத்துல அவங்க வந்து ரொம்ப ஹர்ட் ஆகுறாங்க, அதுதான் பிரச்சனை. கொடுக்குற அந்த நம்பிக்கை
சென்சிட்டிவ் மேடம், அவ்வளவுதான்.
அதான் சின்ன விஷயத்துக்கு பெருசா ஒண்ணும் நடந்திருக்காது. அதான்.
ஓகே மேடம், ஐ வில் இம்ப்ரூவ் மேடம்.
நம்ம முடிச்சுக்கலாம்.
ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க மேம், ஒரு சேஞ்ச் தான், அவ்வளவுதான். you don't have to follow it. அப்படி எல்லாம் ஃபாலோ பண்ண வேண்டியது இல்ல, ஜஸ்ட் ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க.
ஓகே மேடம், ஐ வில் ட்ரை. ஐ வில்.
ஏன்னா as we grow by age மேம், அக்செப்டன்ஸும் கூட கொஞ்சம் நமக்கு நல்லா வந்திருக்கும். சின்ன வயசுல இருந்த மாதிரி நம்ம இருக்க மாட்டோம். சரி போட்டும் விடு சின்ன அப்படி அது மாதிரி எல்லாம் தோணும் நமக்கு. அதனால ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க.
ஓகே மேம்.
சரி பாருங்க. Thank you ma'am. Sir, are we winding up now, sir?
Yes.
Jansi ma'am, it was an absolute pleasure to have you this evening. Truly.
Thank you.
On this special day. It was something, you'll, apart from learnings, the feeling that we have got is like or a content or a satisfaction or happiness, that is all there. And also the discussion part I liked so much. In the closed group with less people, when you open out, you learn better from each other, and that has happened today. So thank you so much, and we wish you will join us for more sessions in the future as well. Thank you Suresh, for all the opportunity you have given to all of us to learn together. Thank you very much. And participants, we will meet on 19th Feb again for another session. Until then, have a nice time. Take care. Bye.
Thank you madam. Thank you
sir. Thank you Chandra madam. Thank you Suresh Kumar sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you. Oh.